Okay, so we move on to Sunday then, and we take a look at the Seagulls and the Knights. We have both gone Knights in this one. The Seagulls looked a little lackluster last week. And again, I mean, the only big noticeable return, Moses Sully coming back into the lineup, adds a bit of bulk to the edges. You know, how much of a difference is he going to make? You look at who he comes up against. Ineri Tuala. I mean, the Knights, for me, look the better side for this one. The Seagulls just didn't seem to offer much in attack last week, and I think that's because they have just ran out of creative players, unfortunately.
The interesting thing for me, and it was said on the broadcast last week, is that they moved Garrick to fullback. Brendan Elliott has all the experience as an NRL fullback when Trbojevic doesn't play. So I'm not sure what the thinking is there. I'm not going to question it. There's a reason why we're middling NRL pundits and not coaches. But you're right. They did not look good in attack until the game was set in stone. Nor did Newcastle, for that matter. They apparently didn't arrive in Queensland until the second half of that game. And I will be curious to see whether Manly used the same tactic that the Cowboys did of just kicking a touch to keep Ponga out of it. They get Bradman Best back, a big inclusion after spending a week in quarantine in place of Shibasaki. SA starts at lock, Saulo to the bench. Manly were just outclassed last week. They had they still got the classic forward pack. They probably have the better forward pack over the Knights, but their attack looked god awful. And if they play like that again, then it's just to me, it's game over. I've gone the Knights on the head to head. They're really good value. I think at $1.50, but I can't see Manly getting up, even with them being back at the fortress known as Brookvale Oval.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the Knights. There just looks to be too much quality through the team. The Manly are not afforded that right now, so the Knights looked awful last week. Let's be honest, and I don't see them being awful twice in a row. So even if the Knights play at about 75%, that's enough for them to get probably an 8-point margin on the Seagulls. I mean, you got Bradman Best coming back. He's got a point to prove, as he copped a lot of flack for bursting the bubble, as it's now been known, and going to go see his family. I mean, the guy's 18. Leave him alone. So the Knights do just look like the better quality side. The forward pack for me will dominate. I mean, yes, you've got Thompson, Siren, and Trbojevic to pow, as well as adding Fanua Blake, who arguably right now is probably one of the premier players in the comp, probably especially one of the premier prop forwards. Coming up against Clemmer, the Saifiti brothers, Fitzgibbon, Matautia, and even Aidan Guerra coming off the bench. That's a big ask, because those big game players are going to have to do a lot of minutes, and the time that they're on the field, they're going to have the most impact. So I think if the Knights hold out the Seagulls for the first 25 minutes, I think the back end of the game gets away from the Seagulls, and I could see the Knights running up a 12+.
Yeah, look, I don't know about a 12+, but then again, you see how they played last week, Manly, and it's very much a feasible possibility. If Best goes up against Parker, Best scores a double. That's all I think I need to say about that. Forward pack, Clemmer, Saifiti against Fanua Blake and Tapau. That just makes your mouth salivate.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just wait and see for that one. Manly, I think, have the win in the back row with Thompson, Sirinen, and Trbojevic, but I think the backs are just going to be too strong, too lethal, and the Knights. I'll give the Knights an 8.5 head start. Sorry, an 8.5 line.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still confident in saying that the Knights ran this out in the last 20 minutes. So expect it to be close for 60. Don't expect it to be so close at full time. So I'm going to say that the Knights on... I'd say I'd take the Knights on a -8.5, and I'd say that the total points 40+.
Yeah,